Morning. 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 It's a bit of a dark old morning this morning. It's 6:13 and I'm by Corfmullen on my way down to the clay pits in Devon. Set myself up. Had to stop for a wee. So I thought I'd put you on for a few minutes. Well, I'll put you on for a bit. It's a nice run down through here. And I think I'm recording. Yeah. Got the low branches there. So we're currently on the A31. Westbound. Like I said, we're going down to the clay pits down in Devon, Newton Abbot, King Stainton. Pick up and head up to London Gateway. So that's my day taken care of. But it's a grey old day. But as I come out of Southampton, the sun was obviously the sun's up. You know, it started getting light up past 4. But the more I come into and the sun was shining. Well, ish.
After a quarter of a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A31.
And yeah, gradually get west. It gets murkier and murkier. It gets a bit murky. Oh, Circus is in town.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Anybody coming round? No indicators. I've got no idea what they're doing. So I've only got a 20-foot box on. It'll be slippy slidey in the clay pits today.
Follow A31 for 3 miles.
Hope you all had a good weekend. Mine was relatively quiet. Yeah, it was quiet. It was quiet. Didn't really get anything done. Kira's gorgeous. Kira's still. Well, she's on the mend. She tested positive last weekend, and. The line is really faint, so you know it's more or less she's more or less through the other side of it now, but still had to be a bit careful. A couple of beers Saturday lunchtime. Cooked lasagna. Last night I did chicken fajitas. That's about it really. That was it. I went and did some shopping. Oh, we've got this may sound like I'm being terribly posh. I'm not, as you know, I'm rough as you like. But we've got a Marks and Spencer's food shop opened up in New Milton, and it is absolutely. It's the way all supermarkets. It's quite a large one as well. And it's funny when we go to Holland. There's a shop called Albert Heijn. Which is I thought that was someone stood there. It's not. It's a bin. There's a supermarket called Albert Heijn, and it's just really nicely laid out. All the food is nicely presented, and it's good quality food. And do you know what I mean? We always like going in there, and it's not overly expensive. It's just a really nice shop to go in, and it's just got that nice feel about it, you know. And it's sadly lacking in this country. We don't have it. We don't have that same sort of feel. And Marks and Spencer's, it's only just open. It's only been open a couple of weeks now. We first went in last weekend, and I went in again this weekend because they got a really nice bakery in there. And I mean a really nice bakery, fresh breads. pastries and all that malarkey. And we went in to get some of that. And we bought a load of other stuff as well. And it wasn't overly expensive, to be fair. And their vegetables were really nice. And the fruit was really nice. And I found that the fruit that I bought in there lasted all week, instead of going, and Kira said the same, the stuff that we bought, and it didn't go off. Do you know what I mean? Sometimes you buy stuff, buy fruit, and you get it home, by the time you've got home it's gone off. You know, it's just shit quality food. So I don't mind paying a little extra for quality.
After half a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A31.
So I went in there and did a little bit of a shop. It was really nice. Just a nice feel about it. And it reminded me of being in Holland, because the shop was really nicely laid out, and yeah, just raises things up a notch, doesn't it? So we're heading towards Dorchester now. And the Drax.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A31.
And the Drax estate, which I'll talk about in a second or two. Whoa! Up here now. There was no need for that. So you all go for it. So the Drax estate, D-R-A-X.
Follow A31 towards Dorchester for 7 miles.
Now the old Lord Drax was a bit of a character by all accounts, and there's still a Lord Drax today, funny enough. Well, maybe not. Still family owned. The Drax estate, I think the current Drax is a member of, as an MP, I think, or might have been, one or the other. So anyway, old man Drax. He's got a big, he's got a wall surrounding his gaff down here, and it's a big old stately home. It's a big old place, you know. And after dinner, he used to like to sit in his. This is the story. He used to like to sit in his big old wingback armchair with a brandy and a cigar, and stare out over or down the drive. Now, one of the all his entrances are quite reasonably grand. I don't know whether you're going to see any of them. You can't really see them. I mean, but that's just one of the. I don't know if you'll see it there, but you catch a glimpse, and that's just a tiny entrance. And there's another entrance down here on the bend, which again is a tiny entrance, but it's quite grand, and it's the one that that he looked out of when he was sat in his wingback chair having a cigar and a brandy after dinner. Now, it's got some big old. It's like a grand entrance, and on top of the entrance it's pillars with a big top, and on top of the plinth there's a stag, a bronze stag, in all its finery, full size, massive thing it is. I don't reckon you'll see it too well down here. You need to be coming from a different direction altogether to witness it. And it's got scaffolding round it, 'cause it's being repaired. Look, you can just probably make it out as I go underneath. It's being repaired. It's not even used. It's just a gate to the gate into one of the mansions. Now, he used to be able to see that apparently. Now there's all trees grown up there, so it shows how long ago it was. This is like late 1800s. So those trees weren't there at that stage. Now it's bloody starting to rain. So he'd be sat there and he'd look at it and he'd go, that stag looks a bit odd. And he said that I can't see the fourth leg. So what do you mean you can't see the fourth leg? He says, I can see 3 legs, but it looks really weird. I want someone to go and add an extra leg on it, because when I look at it, I want to see 4 legs on my stag. So the Stag actually has 5 legs. All because Lord Drax couldn't see the leg, because it was because of the angle that it was at. He couldn't see that extra leg, so it made it look like it only had 3 from a distance and the angle. So he had an extra leg put on. And that's why that deer, or stag, has 5 legs. Bit of useless information for you. I think it's I don't know what the speed limit is for here. I think we're into a 50, goes into a 40 in a minute. Yeah. Just about to drop into a 40. Got the old World's End pub down here. I've been in there for years. Just down on the left, it's a really old pub. And a bit further along, you've got the old Botany Bay. Pub's down there on the left there, hidden away, nice thatch. I think it's a Badger. Botany Bay pub coming up, Botany Bay Inn. We ate in there about a couple of years back now, 2 or 3 years. I'm not overly impressed with it, but yeah, it was might have changed hands or anything, different chefs, could be anything now. So just because you don't have a good experience in a pub, doesn't mean the next time you go in won't be any, won't be bad. You know, will be better. You know, it could well be. They were redoing this. There's a garage up here. They were redoing it. Let's see how far they got along with it. Well, they're getting along with it slowly. Well, it's looking a bit better. It's taking some time though. And just up here, we can approach a crossroads. There's the old red signposts. I've never really got to the bottom as to why it's painted red. Some people say it's to do with an old boundary, and it's where the stage coach used to pick mail up. Yeah, reasonable. And other people say it was the old hangman's post. It's where they used to come and hang them. Just up here, look, it's still red. So I'm not entirely sure. I've never bothered looking at it, to be honest with you. I've always yeah, I don't know. I'm sure somebody might put me right on that. Back up to 50. Well, we'll do about 48 along here because it's a little bit bouncy. Well, it can be. But this is Dorset for you. This is God's county. This is my county. It's the county I grew up in. It's a pretty place. We've got rolling chalk hills, pretty little villages with rivers and streams running through them, and you've also got the beautiful south coast. You know? You know, stretching sandy beaches of Bournemouth, Boscombe, all the way down through the Jurassic element of right down through Lyme Regis. Yeah, beautiful canyon. Get over, my son. You get bounced around a bit on these roads. And they're not the widest in places either. It's a shame it's not really sunny, otherwise it would have been I think the last time I come down here it was misty murky. You didn't get the full glory. One day you'll get it. So we're heading down towards Bear Regis now and hit a roundabout. If you go straight over you end up going down to Bovington.
After half a mile, give right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A35, towards Dorchester.
Home of the tank regiment, home of the tankies, and a brilliant museum. If you're ever down here and you want a day out, and it will take you. And to be honest, you really need 2 or 3 days to get round it. The museum is massive. I think it's one of the largest in Europe. It is absolutely ginormous. And during the summer, they run on certain days. I don't know if it's every day or just certain days. They run live exhibitions of tanks going around, so you can see them actually
Turn right
working.
on the roundabout and take the third exit, A35, towards Dorchester.
So down to the left, that'll go straight into a garage, that does. But down to the left and then straight over, that'll take you down towards Bovington. And then if you hook a left at the other roundabout, that'll take you back towards Poole, Bournemouth. And this way now it's taking me towards Dorchester.
Towards Dorchester for 9.5 miles.
There you go. So steeped in history around here. We've also got the toll puddle for the old toll puddle martyrs. It's one of the first recognised, the unionised themselves. I can't remember what year it was, but it was a good few years back. And they sorted themselves out and got better working conditions. And that's all started off down here. There is a little museum, never been in it. One of those places where you think you should go, but you never end up going. So we're about to be coming up to a nice stretch of dual carriageway in a minute. Nice bit of countryside to roll through now. Like I say, it'd be even better if the sun was shining, it would show it off to its full glory, but Bovington, also known for the old Lawrence of Arabia. He was a bit of a loon, by all accounts. I read a bit about him. He was yeah, he wasn't all there, that lad. Interesting character. Very interesting. He was a mad motorcyclist. I'm not certain, but I think that's how he might have died. TUC Mars Museum up here, yeah. Yeah, so if you ever get a chance, read up on Lawrence of Arabia. Interesting bloke. And you've got the two rivers coming down through here, the Puddle, so you'll see a lot of aft puddles, and then you've got the Piddles, the River Piddle, and there's a brewery, there's the Piddle Brewery. So there's nothing quite like walking into the old European pub down here and asking for a pint of Piddle. Only in Dorset. So when you get down to Dorchester, you turn left and keep going. You'll hit the water and you'll hit Weymouth. I haven't been down there for a good few years either. I like Weymouth. I used to go a lot as a kid. That is where I got my dislike for beaches, really, because we used to go down a lot. I always do end up with like cucumber sandwiches that are full of sand, or crunching on cucumbery fucking sandy sandwiches. Nothing worse. So for me, this is a nice little run. It's just a little bit, you get covered, you know, if it's a wet day, hopefully it might have dried out by the time I get down there. I doubt it. But going into the clay pits, you always get covered in clay all over your shoes, which means it gets into your cab. I've only just got the truck clean inside from the last time, and I haven't been down here in weeks. But it's a nice run down, and I go back a different way, because I go out the M5 up to Taunton, and then I go out the 303, and then I pick up the M3 around the M25, and it's a nice run. It's a nice run up. Well, it's a nice run down, and then a nice run up. It's, you know, it's pretty countrified all the way. I don't know how far I get tonight. I might get all the way around the gateway. Might. Then again, I might only get as far as Cobham. I don't. It really does depend on what the traffic's like and how we get on. They're normally pretty good at loading though down here. It doesn't take long. You know, you might have one truck in front of you. If you're unlucky, you might have to wait for one to clear out. And yeah, good as gold. So I quite like going to this one. I've probably got time for get a 15-minute break in as well, right? Before I go in. Quite nice. Just so I can you get one of these places where, you know, health and safety, they're really hot on it, so you can't wear shorts, and I'm in my shorts. So and obviously we're up with my steelies on and hard hat and all that malarkey. They're pretty tough on that. But it's fair enough. So I'll stop and get all that gear on, get my jeans on. Troy Town, T-R-O-Y. Used to always make me laugh as a little kid. I think it was Toy Town. Oh, hiccups. Town Forest in Troy Town. I remember when this bypass was being built, I must have only been about 4 or 5. I remember coming down and my nan used to work in Dorchester, which is just, well, 4 miles down the road. There's a sign saying. And so I used to come down here quite often with her. You often see deer, or you used to see deer, grazing on the side of the road here on the banks. Right on the side of the road as well. So keep an eye out. Reverse thrusters on. Well, I saw it there, but it was a dead one. Drop the speed down. Nope, no deer today. Never been able to work out why they just didn't carry on with the dual carriageway here, because you know, everything during the summer everything flows freely until here, and then there's a bottleneck. Another dead deer on the road there. Right outside someone's house. That would be stinking. So you've got Dorchester to my right.
After a quarter of a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A35, towards Honiton.
Thankfully there's a bypass been built now. Kingston Moorwood Agricultural College. Beautiful old house, beautiful stately
Cross
home.
the roundabout and take the second exit.
Good to go. Again, not designed for trucks, these roundabouts, are they, you know? Ridiculous. There's an old Roman fort down here called Maiden Castle. It's like bloody rain again. So you don't get to see it, but Dorchester is to my right. On gone, I'm afraid. Now they're gone. Why do they go into full blast now? Why do that? It's not raining that hard. It's going to tighten. There you go. You see how chalky the ground is. They dug all that up. Last time I come down here, they were digging it all up, I think. I'm not entirely sure why. A bit of rain and clean the bugs off the windscreen because I forgot to clean it off this morning before I left. We had some thunder last night, woke me up a couple of times. Go straight over at this roundabout.
After a quarter of a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A35, towards Honiton.
Thank you. So turn left takes you to Weymouth, turn right takes you into Dorchester, into the town. And Dorchester is the county town of Dorset.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
I don't know whether you'll see it or not. Ooh, looking good to go. But over to our left, I don't know whether you'll see any of it whatsoever. Here's Maiden Castle. Now it's just earthworks. It's just a ring of. Well, it's massive. Don't get me wrong. It's absolutely ginormous. I think the best way to do it is look on Google Maps. You'll see how big it is. I'm not sure if it was Iron Age or Roman. I can't remember. But it's Damery, I drove for them. That's where I got my coach licence from. You're not going to see it, I don't think. We're down too much in the dip. Well, it's over to our left anyway. And then up ahead, as we come up the hill here, to our right, you can just make out some of the buildings. This is Poundbury. Now, Poundbury is famous for being one of these designer miniature village type, town type places. Prince Charles sort of had his hand in this, I believe. And when it was first built, I didn't think much of it, but now it's sort of grown up a bit, and it's got some shops, some bars, and it's sort of grown into itself and got a bit more established. It's actually, as you drive through it now, it's actually quite nice. If you're retiring, it'd be, it'd be quite a nice place to live, really, I guess, because it's got, you've got all sort of hairdressers and doctors and chemists and shops and,
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Yeah. I like the way they say restaurant. It's not, it's a fucking McDonald's. I would not call class McDonald's a restaurant.
Follow A35, Bridport Road, towards Bridport for 13 miles.
Oh, it's a wet old day. We'll just do a bit of this and I'll stop. So I need to grab my coffee. Well, just because it's all going to be foggy, but it's going to be rubbish. And I want to get me coffee as well, which is still in my bag that I brought from home this morning. you ain't going to be able to see anything. So we'll get a little way up onto the dual carriageway, up onto the hills, and we'll be enshrouded in fog, and yeah, I'll stop. Plus, I think you've seen all this before anyway. Oh, it's a real shame it's misty murky like this. I was hoping for something to be a bit better. Yeah, normally you'd see right over the hills here, but not today. Far from the sea round here either. Just to our left over a couple of hills and you're there. Slowing her down. I'm on the brake, I'm not using the reverse thrusters because you don't have ABS when you do that, and there is a tendency to or there is a possibility get a slight lock up of the wheels. Narrow. They're a lovely little village, but some really nice houses. Then you get me and others thundering through. It's a coach house. That was closed for quite a while. Looks like they've done a good job on that. Light to green. I think down here there's a Celtic stone monument. Probably you can't really stop. I've always wanted to stop, but there's just like nowhere to stop. There's not. I don't even think there's a lay-by that you can pull into. It's back there. Yeah, it's like, where do you stop to go and have a look at that? Well, you know, private property, no parking. That sign said you've got nowhere to Yeah, do you want to walk along this road? Do a fucking Willard. Stay there, stay. Young'un. Area prone to fog, no shit. The verge along here, but has that been today? Oh no, because they've stopped now, haven't they? Bit of a hill to go up in a minute. I need coffee. So heading over towards Bridport, famous for its rope making, or it was. Now we're going to climb up into the fog, gain a bit of height. It's a busy old road this, and it's only it's 5 to 7 in the morning. Climbing, getting foggier. A bit more height now. It's quite a steep hill, this bit. And I'm empty. She's doing 35 in 10th. You get to see some gorgeous views up here, if it isn't bloody foggy. But like the sign said, we're prone to fog. So some points along here you can actually see the sea. Visibility isn't great. What a lay boy. are a couple along here, but can you see anything? I think you can see more than me. I think it's coming back on the camera than it is on what I can see. Car parking spot. Where? Quarter of a mile. Should be along here somewhere. Here. Oh, there's somebody already in it. Can't get in. Want to have to slam the anchors on there and have my back end sticking out and have someone go into me. So we'll keep going. As we drop down, I think there's some more down here somewhere. I've only ever come back once this way with a loaded box, and I wouldn't do it again because these hills are just, they're just killers, you know. They really do suck the life. It's really hard. I had to go back to South. The box was coming back to Southampton, so I came back this way. But even if I had a box to go to Southampton, I wouldn't bother. I'd go 303 way and drop down at the top. Drop down through Amesbury or in the Salisbury and across, or even up to the A34 and down. Anything's better than driving back this way with a loaded box. It's just such a it's hard work. It's the hills, and you've got so many people getting frustrated with you, and then they start overtaking you in stupid places. It's just not worth the aggravation. Yeah, it's not so much that it's a difficult drive. It's more to do with the fuckwittery of other road users. And there's nothing stopping me from coming this way. You know, it's not like it's unsuitable for heavy goods vehicles or anything like that. It's an A road. Out of the fog. I think there's another lay-by down here. We should be able to see it. A nice little ride for you this morning. First thing on a Monday. Full of useless information, but like I say, every day's a school day. Sure there's a lay-by along here somewhere. Down here. also means everybody can get by me. There we go. Rightio. Right. Ugh. The bloke pulled in behind me in a van. Just checking he's going around the other side of his van, that's alright. I say, yeah, feel free to break into the back of my container because it's full of fresh air. Right, coffee time. Speak to you in a bit.